The Gambia is Africa's smallest non-island country. It is also one of Africa's most densely populated nations, with poor and run-down infrastructures and abundant development glitches, holding back the citizenry from enjoying the benefits of a progressive welfare state and economy. The small country is at the crossover of a historic evolution that ushered in a new government which intends to roll out a new chapter. Strong measures to stabilize the broken economy and re-establish civic confidence and fortify democratic institutions have prompted the Barrow-led government to draw up a new national development plan focused on overturning the country's development fortunes. The Barrow's administration's goal is to deliver good governance and accountability, social cohesion and national reconciliation, and a revitalized and reformed economy for the well-being of all Gambians. Now, this government drafted the National Development Plan to help in its development quest. But the question is, how viable is the implementation of the National Development Plan? Coming on the heels of several previous government programs that either died a natural death or were abandoned for being unviable, the National Development Plan is part of government's vision to involve international partners in achieving the priority plans aimed at putting the Gambia on a sound development footing, embracing sustainability. And thus, its partners have strongly responded with a massive fiscal pledge that totals €1.45 billion of support to the Gambia's new national development aspirations. Some of that promise will be focused on boosting the education system, which still needs massive improvement. The University of the Gambia continues to be seen the ideal citadel of learning for young people, but with little or no attention from the government. Students said the institution could immensely benefit from the increased priority in the new National Development Plan.
The National Development Plan, it's viable because unfortunately though we have a history of having very beautiful literature in our policies, but then it doesn't materialize. In terms of education, I think the University of the Gambia should be at the core of how they invest and how they really want the education system of the Gambia to reach. Because we are talking about the highest tertiary level institution and it's the only public university in this country. So I think that if the government is to invest in any educational sector, it has to be, the university has to be a key priority.
The building of fairness and a strong democratic society joins the Gambia's key development priorities. But people with disabilities have not always enjoyed the advantages of a free and equal social order in the country.
The National Development Plan is very, very important as far as the Gambia is concerned. So it's important for the government of the Gambia not to lose focus on the side of persons with disability. We have a greater number of persons with disability in the Gambia. Government of the Gambia needs to involve them in all their programs. One thing that persons with disability we've been advocating for and we're still pushing is the enactment of the disability policy, the disability bill. That is lined the Minister of Justice thinks. What we wanted is the National Assembly to take the bill further so that it can be enacted.
With a majority of Gambian trapped in poverty, maximizing the potential of young people is imperative to meaningfully engage them and discourage youth from embarking on the perilous journey across the Mediterranean Sea in search of greener pasture.
When you look at the NDP, among its pillars, it has a pillar on harnessing the demographic dividend through investment, increased investment in youth. So already that is cut out for government to say for us to be able to harness the demographic potential of our young people, we need to increase investment. But aside from that, all the pillars, the other pillars of the National Development Plan have youth as indicators, understanding that young people issues are cross-cutting. You cannot talk about peace and security without young people. You cannot talk about agriculture, modernization, without young people. You cannot talk about technology without talking about young people.
The undertaking takes effect with the need for improvement in other key areas such as environmental hazards and the willful damage to the country's biodiversity.
The government should be the primary protector of the environment. So if the government itself is engaging in illegal attacks on our ecosystem, they pose a threat, and it raises a question as to, is the government really an enabler for sustainable development, or something else? You've talked about the National Development Plan. Well, they said this is a blueprint that that is going to guide them in their mandate in office. What the government should do is to reinvent the political will. Not only in the papers. Let's look at the attacks that happened at the Monkey Park. Let's look at the Golden Lead case. Let's look at Faraba case and all the other cases that are emanating day by day, time and again.
Accomplishing these aspirations calls for the citizen to play a vital role in the implementation of the NDP to consolidate the many pledges by international donors, whilst others ask the all-critical question: is the Barrow government viably positioned to fulfill these plans? Reporting for GRTS News, I am Aminata Sanyang.